Welcome to Zartology. I am Zabian Archibald, and this blog space is dedicated to technology integration in the classroom. The blog was created to facilitate assignments for the class Technology Integration 101. It presents lesson plans, technology tools, how to apply these tools, and some of my personal perspectives. The areas of focus of this blog include working with Word, PowerPoint, digital storytelling, podcasting, and social media and Web 2.0 tools. We are currently on the home page. Here is a little poem to help you to feel even more welcome. To the left and right of the welcome, we have some gadgets. To the left are some journals where I share my perspectives on technology, ICTs, and web blogs in the classroom. To the right are some videos on classroom applications of technology and digital painting tutorials. Here is my mission and vision statement. Alright, let's get this tour going. First, we'll take a look at working with Word. So for this project, I had a teammate and we had to work on a class lesson. We decided that we would introduce to students how to create a collage. So here we have our finished piece, which is a collage of a vase with flowers. And to the left and beneath it, we have photos showing our process. So these are different stages that we went through before we ended at our final piece. This piece would have been shown to students to help them to get a better understanding of exactly what a collage is and what goes into making one. We also presented to the class some additional images of other collages so students could get a better idea as to how they can create a different looking collage other than what we would have shown them as our final piece. So here are some collage samples. To facilitate the students creating their collages, we had a materials table where they could gather various materials to complete their work. The idea behind the lesson was that we would have a scavenger hunt that would encourage students to find materials around the classroom that would help them to create unique collages. So the students were separated into groups and each team got an envelope with some clues, and they had to essentially go around the room and find the materials that they would need to complete their collage. Here is our clues list. Okay, we go back to the top. And next we'll be looking at the PowerPoint. So in this PowerPoint presentation, this was a presentation made to third form students, and it took a look at creating drawings using perspective. Highlighted was linear perspective, namely 1-point, 2-point, and 3-point perspective. With digital storytelling, a video was created for the classroom that was supposed to be a jump-off point for starting the conversation between students and teachers with regard to youth violence. For this project, we had to look at a social issue facing education. So this video, which is about youth violence, is something that many people can relate to, especially in the times that we live in now. So this video was created in the hope that teachers and students would be able to talk about this, and teachers could help to guide students into making better decisions when it came to resolving conflict. Podcasting. This is another project where I worked with a teammate, and we came up with a channel called The Early Bird, and as you can see here, there's a frigate bird who's having his morning coffee and reading the news. The first podcast of The Early Bird was actually a discussion where we hosted a few of the TVET teacher trainee students, and the topic that we spoke about was transportation for TVET teachers to the Abbott building. There's some very interesting perspectives that are shared on the podcast, and I would encourage you, when you have a minute, to stop by and take a listen. The link to the podcast is right here, the Early Bird Podcast. And finally, we look at social media and Web 2.0 tools. For this project, I highlighted 3 different 2.0 tools that you could use in your classroom. The first is Edmodo, which is a social media platform that is great for collaboration between students and teachers. Then we have Animoto, which can be used to engage students by allowing them to create video content. And finally, we have VoiceThread, which also allows users to upload videos, but it also gives them a chance to add personal commentary, whether it be audio, video, or annotated notes. Now, all 3 of these tools are great for encouraging teaching and learning in the classroom. Finally, in reflecting on this course, I was able to use a lot of technological tools and see how they can be used in the classroom. However, this course was very time consuming and it required an excessive amount of troubleshooting time, even while collaborating with other students. I spent a lot of time watching tutorials on YouTube to figure out how to use the various programs, and I also ended up visiting a lot of forums trying to deal with issues that I encountered while using the various programs. If I were to do this course over, I would have looked at more tutorials in the hope of cutting down on troubleshooting time that was spent on each project. I hope this space has given you some creative ideas that will help you to shift the way you operate in the classroom in a way that benefits your students. Thank you for stopping by Zartology.